songs all kind of happened really organically during the pandemic when kind of things were happening at a different pace, and also there was a certain amount of stress level going on, and I don't know about Chito, but for myself I discovered that my creative juices really flow when the stress levels are high. I was cranking out lyrics like it was a way for me to cope with the loss of being able to play gigs, and I had some stuff going on in my personal life that was really difficult. Someone in my house who was ill, and so COVID was a real fear. It was a real threat. So there was a lot of anxiety, and I don't know, maybe kind of a bit of depression over not being able to play gigs, because it's just such a way to
play music.
Yeah, just not being able to play music. Like Chito, in a way, Chito has this advantage, because when you play a harmony instrument, you can pick that guitar up anytime and just start strumming. But when you play an instrument like saxophone, like there's a lot of preparation to playing your sax. You got to get the reed wet. You got to put the whole thing together. You got to warm it up. I can't just like pick up my sax and play whatever I feel like. That is not the same. So for me, not being able to play with other people was I mean, I don't think it's an overstatement to say it was devastating. It was like my one thing as a mother and as a wife who stayed at home, and it was my one thing to get out of the house and be my true self, So for me that was really hard, and I think a lot of the songs and the fact that they're so eclectic came from like this whole range of emotions that I was feeling, and how I was able to respond to the music that Chito was writing in that moment. I don't know that we would write the songs the same now as we wrote them then. Like honestly, this album is built on a lot of stress. It was a stress release for us. It was a way for us to get out things that we couldn't get out any other way, because we couldn't go with our band and go make a bunch of noise on a stage and make people happy, right?
Yeah, we could have called it pandemic songs.
We could have called it songs of the
pandemic. I
thought about that, But I think that for both of us, again, I've mentioned the passion, that we're both really passionate, creative people, but who work best when we're working off of somebody else, That's when like the best stuff kind of comes out. Like Chito writes great chord progressions, but they're only chord progressions until they have a melody and lyrics on top of them. And the minute that happens, then it becomes a song. It becomes a real song that is telling some kind of story, whether it's actually my story or it's just some words that I'm writing,